afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Reactor Sydney live stream session. Today we'll be going through Microsoft Listen Power Platform. First, I just want to let everyone know that we will be recording the session today, and you'll be able to find it up on our YouTube channel. I'll pop the links in our Q&A, and we will be answering questions at the end of the session. So feel free to pop it in the little Q&A box. I've already popped a little message in there for everyone as well. So without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Shikha, who is going to be running your session this afternoon. Thank you.
Hello, guys. It's Shakir here. Thanks for tuning into this session. Today, I'll discuss Microsoft List and Power Platform. So, as you know, Microsoft List is a bit of a very new thing, and so then I just say, like, why not just to share my knowledge and what I have discovered so far on Microsoft List, and then we will see its functionality and how does it work with with the Power Platform. Okay, so I would like to thank Nadia for organizing this session with Microsoft Reactor, and so let's start our session. This is my first slide. Let me just go to my second slide. Give me a minute. Okay, all right. 1 minute. Yes. All right. Okay. So I'm on to my second slide. So this is a bit about myself. My name is Shakir Majid Khan, and I'm working as a senior technical lead at Insys. Insys is an Optus company, and I am a Microsoft certified trainer and Microsoft certified solution expert. I got 13 plus years of experience. So I started my career as a ASP.NET developer, and then after a year, I moved on to SharePoint, and from years onwards, I totally worked on the SharePoint and its related technologies like workflows, different aspect of SharePoint, document management, other stuff. And till date, like, I'm working on the SharePoint Online and Teams and Power Platform. Now I'm developer special interest in Power Platform, and I'm really exploring this tools. There's a group of tools which comes under the Power Platform. I'm really loving it, and yeah. So this is like, as you can see, there's a YouTube channel name, SMK Geek Speaks. So I started this channel around 3 to 4 months ago, and you can find multiple video related to Power Platform and SharePoint. So you can visit my channel and see different topics over there. You can tweet me at meetsmk, and you can visit my site shakirmajid.com. On my site, I usually blog about different quick tips and tech aspects of different technologies like SharePoint and Power Platform. Nowadays, I'm really contributing on the Power Platform, so you can catch up on my website as well. All right. Okay, so let's jump into the Microsoft. Let's discuss the agenda, overall agenda, what we will be discussing in this meeting. So over here, we will discuss Microsoft List overview, like what is Microsoft List and what is all about, and excuse me. Afterward, then we will discuss Microsoft List versus SharePoint List. What is the key difference, and is there any difference or not? And then we will discuss Microsoft List and Power Platform. And after all, I'll give you like how the Microsoft List works, and with, like, we will try to do one of the example with Power Platform and see like how does it works. All right. Okay. So let me just go into my another slide. So Microsoft List is a Microsoft 365 app that gives you that helps you to track information and share the information between the teams. So basically, it's kind of a structured data where you can maintain the data in a more representative manner, and you have multiple columns and fields where you can develop the data and share the data with other team members. So you can put the conditional formatting. You can do lot of things through the through the Microsoft list. Um, Likewise, as you can see on the on your screen, so it does have multiple templates like issue tracker, new hire list, even and itineraries, business trips, approvals. So Microsoft give you built-in templates. By using it, you can achieve your task, or you can achieve your functionality in a quick manner. So all these template does come with pre-built columns, and then you can you can add more columns, and you can remove some of the columns from it, and based on the criteria, you can then color code the rows as well. Let's suppose that if you want to color code the column which is being created by some of the users, so you can color code it like with different colors, and you can have like different view of the Microsoft list as well. So within the Microsoft One list, you can represent the same data in a different manner, and then you can share this data with other people as well. Like you can share the whole list, and you can share the single record as well. So and again, um, you can see you can have this list on the teams as well. So right on the team, you can create the new list, and you can work on the shared list which is being shared with you. So which is kind of very good feature. A few things in terms of teams as a single application where you are doing a lot of everything like doing the video call or voice call or chats, or building your Power Apps through through Power Project or Dale, and other stuff as well. So and then you can do you can create the microservice right onto the Teams. So which we will hopefully discuss later in our discussion as well. All right, so let's see the key difference between the SharePoint list and Microsoft list, or is there any difference or not? Okay, so basically, as you can see, SharePoint has been the key part of SharePoint. So every data structure within the SharePoint is based on the list. So even if you are saving a document, creating any calendar, creating anything related to SharePoint, creating any data within the SharePoint is part of the list. So the underlying structure is the list. So Microsoft took the leverage of lists, which is there as a baseline of SharePoint, and developed Microsoft lists on top of it. So underline, you can see you can see the data structure is more relevant to the SharePoint list. So if you're coming from the SharePoint background, or if you're not coming from the SharePoint background, as I mentioned, that the SharePoint list is a baseline of recording or saving all of your data. So the Microsoft is using the same line of data structure, and saving the list within the Microsoft as a it's created a separate application. So rather than going into the SharePoint side and creating a list, you just need to go to the Office main Office page, and then select the list application and create the new list. So that's a very good thing. If you see kind of like the one click access to Microsoft list and create your own list, and it does have like multiple templates, and it's when it's get mature, like after a year or so, you would see like so many templates which will be available by then, and a lot of community works which already started, which already kicked in. So you can see multiple templates which would be available on the Microsoft list. So baseline is the same with the SharePoint list and the Microsoft list, but only the difference between these two are that the Microsoft list is a modified version of SharePoint list. That's I can say at the moment. All right. Okay. So now let's discuss about the Power Platform and the Microsoft list. As you know, or you might know that Power Platform is a suite of 4 applications: Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agent. So Power BI is used for the whole of reporting mechanism. So you can create a beautiful reports, data rich reports on Power BI and give you a fantastic functionality to produce reports. And you like there's so many types of reports. Power Apps is usually works with when you're creating a UI based for your data. So the data could be anything. It could be a SharePoint list. It could be Power Apps. It could be a Microsoft list. It could be anything. It could be a relational database coming from the SQL, or it could be an Excel file. So Power Apps gives you a more modified version of creating your own form so that you can have your own business logic on top of the data, and then you can have a more business logic when you're submitting the data. So it's on you how you want to implement the Power Apps. So it's based on your requirement. Power Automate, again, it's based on Power Automate is a as I mentioned, it's kind of a workflow mechanism. So on the Power Automate, you can create the multiple, you can create the flows, and you can have the automation, and you can have there's a tens of thousands of connectors available within the Power Automate, and you can build your flow based on the by using Power Automate. Power Virtual Agent is a bot framework, is a kind of a low code bot framework. So you can create the bot or the chatbot by using the virtual agent. So so as I mentioned, like the SharePoint and Microsoft is based on the SharePoint list. So you can access the Microsoft list as a site URL, and then you can present the list name as your SharePoint list name, and then it can pick up all the columns available over there, and then you can create your like you can attach to the Power Apps or Power BI or Power Automate or with the virtual agent. So this how this gonna work. So I'll give you a kind of a demo or power for the Microsoft list, and then we will try to run us a quick demo with the Power Platform and see how does it works. All right, so let me just go to my different window. Let me drop it over here. So this, as you can see, this is my this is my draft tenant. So I'm using it for my development perspective and for myself exploration of different application within the Office 365 and Microsoft. So this is my space, and as you can see, there is an option over here, Microsoft list, and you can search it from here as well. So you can see this one list as well. So I will just click on this Microsoft list, and it will show you all your recent list where you have created so far. You are part of, like, someone has shared the list with you, so it will be available over here. So as you can see, like, there are a couple of options over here. If I click on the new list, it will create the new list. So there are a couple of options in the new when creating a new list. So you have different options to create a new list, like a blank list from Excel and from existing list. And down here, so we have templates like issue tracker and employee onboarding and event invite, itineraries, asset management, work progress, travel request, recruitment trackers, content schedule. So so if someone is coming from the Microsoft Planner and then try to see, like, how does it, how close the Microsoft is with the Microsoft Planner. So Microsoft Planner, the application domain itself itself restricted, and it does wonders within the domain of that application. So within the planner, you can have, like, you can create the task, you can assign the task, and then you can follow the task, and it creates a lot. Create the threads over there. And it's kind of a one application within that domain. But the Microsoft list is kind of it works in the broader perspective. So you can have, like, the certain feature within the Microsoft Planner, but in order to map every requirement which is there in the Microsoft Planner, and if you want to map it, so I would recommend to use the Microsoft Planner rather than using the Microsoft list. So let me choose do choose let's use this event employee onboarding. So I'll use this employee onboarding, and you can see, like, this would be a look and feel of the employee onboarding. So I just say use template and employee onboarding. I would say Microsoft Reactor and demo. All right. Okay. So the color themes of my list. I can choose the color green color, and I can choose the a different icon as well. So let me choose the target icon, and as you can see, I have different lists and different sites which I've already created in my SharePoint. So I can host it into my list and host it into the other list as well. So all right. Okay, so I'll just select this my list and click create. So now you can see different a view of the Power Platform. Oh, sorry, of Microsoft list. Sorry, Power Platform is just on my tongue all the time, but this is Microsoft list. You can see, like, there are a couple of different columns over here. So let me just add it in the grid view and see Shakil training. And completed by, so this is I would say, like, when I need to complete my training. So week 1, and then completed no, and then mentor would be, like, I'll select my own myself as an or on mentor. So, and then you can put the relevant link as well, and then you can have you can put the link. So this is the link column, and so I would say pause and this should be before joining. and it's completed, yes, and completed when, so just say 2, and I'll leave the mentor, and then uh, used printed by after 30 days, you say, and completed, I would say no, and then I'll just, so this is like how you can like enter the data, and you can have multiple columns as well, so more columns option, so you can have other columns and a different column. As you can see, it's open up the SharePoint kind of window, so you can have like the multiple columns as you have in the SharePoint. So yes, so I can just exit the grid window, exit the grid view, and all right. And if I want to create a new one, so I can create a new one over here, and Shakil demo training. So it should be completed by now, and then and save it. So you can have like the multiple columns over here, multiple rows over here, and let's just see like all the options over here. So we have all items. So let's explore these options. So all items. So you can have like the fixed side and auto hide as well. So fixed side, it will what fixed side will as you can see, is just terminating those text with the dot dot. So auto fit hide, so it will adjust the road itself, like, so it will wrap around the data, and it will expand the rows between the if I got the more text. And then as you can see, I can edit this current view as well. So I can edit the current view, and as you can see, like I got the SharePoint view, the SharePoint option coming up over here, and I'll show you one pretty good example. So I can format the current view. So let's suppose that if I want to format based on the condition that if it is being like completed, so I need to present with the green line, so that's so that we know that okay, this task or this row has been completed. So I'll choose the conditional formatting, and then I'll just add a rule, and I'll say if it is completed and equal to and completed to yes. So I would say, just see. All right, and say, I will say green color, and I'm gonna click on the save button. All right, okay, so um, so just go back as well. All right, okay, so and format condition, format view. Right, okay, so let me just go back again and see as well, and show all values. All right, okay, so let's go back again. All right, so this is part of the demo, like, so let me create another value over here, and All right, okay, let me just create again a new one, just to quickly add a new one. And sorry for that one. Even I need to erase and onboarding. All right, okay, so let me add a new one. Okay, so I'll just add a quick things. And in 1 week and complete it. No, and so mental admin and all right. And when I click on the tracker, this test, I'm just inserting some text data testing. And testing 30 days after 30 days and so it should be for joining and completed, yes. All right, okay. So as you can see that I doesn't need to save it. So it just it's auto saving it. So I added this one and yeah. So and as you can see, like I can group by the completed date and I can group by there's different option as well. I can group by completed date and I can have the filter as a completion status as well. And then I can have the filter as a work to be completed. So there are like multiple views which is not there within the SharePoint. So they're giving you extra views within the Microsoft list, and you can save the current view. So you can have the current view, and yeah. So let's just explore this gallery option, and so you can see like it just gives you a card view, kind of a card view of the gallery. So kind of I can have the different column within the gallery, and I can add it. I can add it as well, and as you can see, I can edit the values within this gallery and within this item, not the gallery. I can and I can edit the current view as well. Like if I want to take out the columns and show other columns, so I can create it. I can take out the other columns as well. So I can take out the different columns and then I can rearrange the other columns. And if I go back to our list and it will show me this one. All right, okay, let me try again with the current format, current view, because it should work. Not sure why it doesn't work. So conditional formatting. Yeah, so conditional formatting and then show all views as and select a column, completed and completed to yes. And show list items as green. Yes. All right. So yeah, so that's what I was trying to do. So if something like if you want to highlight us in something, and let's suppose that just some like different people are working on it, and they want to highlight the rows, so we can highlight the rows over here based on the requirements. So I can let's just do another thing. Let's highlight this thing that and then format columns. All right, okay, and I add another rule that if the if mentor equals to admin. So I would select this color. So they know that if I want to highlight some of the user which is like who are the mentors, so they can highlight the color within the different color patterns. So and you can share the whole list with the other users. So you can click on the share button, and then you can have the you can give the so you can have the different you can choose the users and give them the access as a candidate and grant the access so they can access this one, and then or you can grant the access to the individual item as well. So I can grant the access as I think there is one user here. So let me grant the access of this user as a single item, not the whole list. So I can just send the link to him and then grant access. So yeah. So this is couple of different options over here. Again, this is better in a evolution mode at this point of time. So there are a couple of features which is there in the Ignite session as well, which but at the moment they are still in the development or in the pre-release. So you can see I'll just open one, and you can see like there are a couple of so many new options which are coming up for the Microsoft list, and like they're in development and some of them are in launch, and really good, and they are really working on it, as you can see, like in development and launch and rolling out. So you can see a lot of different options, lot of different features in the Microsoft list in coming days. Yeah. So let me just touch base on the list on the teams. So as you can see, I have list over here. Let me just add again list in my team. So this team, add a team. It's already there. So I'll just add in a general, set up the tab and save. So over here, I can see the existing list as well. And from the back, I can create a new list. So whenever you create a list in over here, so it will add the list in the back of the SharePoint site which hosts your teams. So every time you create a list, it goes to your SharePoint site, which hosts this team, and whenever you are creating a list over here, it will ask you to the where you want to host this list. I'll show you again. So if you click over here and see so blank list, so it will ask you my list or different ones. So these are all the SharePoint site within your tenant, and my list it's my OneDrive. So it will create a new list into my because the OneDrive again is a part of SharePoint site. So it will create a one of my list over there. So, so I'll just go back and yeah. So this is it, and let me do one thing, and second. All right. Okay, so let's do one thing, and let's create a flow based on the list we have created, and let's see how does it work, or if not. Okay, so let me just create an instant flow. So we will we will trigger this flow whenever a new item created within the Microsoft list. So demo. All right. Okay. So I'll just skip it and let me just quickly go into when an item is created. So because you know that the item has been created within the Microsoft list and the underlying mechanism and the engine is the SharePoint. So we can just select the URL and I can go and select till here and select my, and it should pick these ones. So this is the one, the first one, and this one, and I'll do another one, and I'll just say post a message and team ID Contoso and general, and I'll just say you know, we have boarding from boarding item from SharePoint from new joiners and so detail as and then description and description and mentor display name and then completed. So completed would be guess there is one completed, sorry, completed by value. All right, so let's give it a go and save it and let's see does it kick in, does it kick the workflow or not, does it does it get trigger the workflow or not. All right, okay, so let me add a new item in my list over here, not this one. Yep, this one, and create a new one, add a new one, and just say test for test for flow completed. I just say yes, and I should mention the admin name as all right, okay, and I can save it as well. So let me save it, and let's see. It should kick this one, and okay, so we need to wait for some time. Because it does take some time, so we just hang on. Yep, it's running now. Succeeded, and let's see. We have something. I know. Contoso general, right? Yep. So we receive this one. All right. So we receive these values. So That's good. So I've just entered a new item over here, and then it's triggered that flow, and then it's posted a message into my teams. So that's how it works with the power, like as I'm running short of time as well. So just to give, I just try to give you an implementation with the Power Automate, and then it does work with the Power Apps and the other other tool, because the baseline is the same. The baseline is the SharePoint itself. So even if we are creating the list, so it's creating a shape, it's creating a list within the. If you think from the SharePoint perspective, it's creating the list from the. It's creating the it's creating the list in the SharePoint side. So that's it. That's simple as it can be. So that's it from my side. Let me just go into my next slide. So this is my last one. Thank you guys. So you can reach me at my Twitter handle as @meetsmk, and you can like visit my YouTube channel, and then you can message me on, like, you can find me on the LinkedIn, and you can add me over there, and you can reach me to different social media as well. Yeah. So thanks a lot. Thank you. Thanks, Nadia.
That's okay. We've got a question that's come through from Hamza. He just wants to know if you can just show him one more time how he can access Microsoft Lists.
Yep. All right. So that's pretty easy. So if you go to your Office, let me just go to open my one, and over here, like, okay, I'll just take this out as well. .com, so it will take you to your tenant office. So, and over here you can search with the list as well, and you can see on the left hand side, so it's called with this icon. So when you click on it, it will show you how to create it and load the latest one. And another thing is, and you can like bookmark your favorite list, so that you don't need to go into like thousands, hundreds of lists which you are part of, you have created. So you should just make it as a favorite, so it comes into the favorite, and then you can have the multiple favorite lists on the top. Yep.
Awesome. If you have any more questions, feel free to pop them in the Q&A. And while you want to ask your questions, I'm just going to jump in and do a quick update of what's coming up at the Microsoft Reactor. So thank you, Shakur, for jumping on and taking us through that. It was really great. And as he mentioned, the session will be uploaded to YouTube and shared as well, and also on Shakur's social media. So what we are here, oh, apologies, my screen just does not want to share with us today. Let's give it another go.
Okay. Okay. All right.
No, it's all good. I think it's Microsoft Teams on my end. It keeps giving me an error message, so I might just have to talk everyone through it.
So strange.
It is. Right, let's see what's happening. See if it works. No. Okay, well, apologies for that, everyone. I'm going to have to talk you through, and I'll pop some links in the description for you. So thank you for joining. If you want to see the upcoming events that we do have at the Microsoft Reactor, feel free to jump onto our meetup page, which is meetup.com/Microsoft Reactor Sydney. You can follow us on Twitter at MSFT Reactor. I can also add these in the Q&A for you, and I'll pop in our YouTube channel as well. Just a couple of events that we do have up and coming. We have a session around flexible integration model with serverless. So we're going to be joined by Satari, who's one of our Microsoft MVPs, and she will walk us through integrations of various services in Azure using Azure Functions. We then have another series coming up next week called the Thought Leadership Series. So we kicked this off last month and we were joined with a panel of our Microsoft regional directors, so they're community influencers who have amazing insights to different parts of technology. And the topic that we're going to be talking about this time is the future of education. So like universities, primary school, even workshops and exams that we do with like Microsoft Learn and certifications and stuff as well. So come along and bring your questions if you do want to know a lot more about that. And another session on the 29th of October, which is how to start an applied machine learning business. So we'll be joined by Paul Cunningham, who's actually owns his own machine learning company, and he'll give you some tips and tricks on how to start your own if you're looking at that as well. As mentioned, as my screen is not sharing, you are able to find this up on our Meetup page, so I'll add the link into the Q&A below. If you do have any feedback for today, I've also popped that in the Q&A. So Shakira, I haven't seen any other questions come through. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, yeah. So so I would be like there are one more upcoming session from my side, so which is for MC65 Chicago. So it's kind of a virtual event, so you can attend my session. It will be around in November somewhere. So I would post that update on my Twitter and other social media platform. And hopefully I would do another session with you on the Microsoft Reactor Sydney. Yeah, this year, hopefully like we can find some time. Yeah.
Of course. So without further ado, I want to say thank you to everyone. Apologies for the screen sharing issue at the end. We will upload the recording in case you have missed any of it, and I've popped the links in the Q&A. So thank you all for joining. Thank you, Shakira, and we will see you all next time. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.